Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, I'm Audrey. I make acting videos, so if you're an aspiring actress or actor, you've come to the right place. I post acting videos all the time. I try to reply to every single comment I get, so if you guys need any advice or have any questions that I don't cover in the video, make sure to leave a comment. So yes, we're going to be talking about how to get booked in a Netflix show. I feel like this is every actor's dream, and also people who don't even want to act still would love to be on their favorite Netflix show. First, I'm going to cover that there's two different ways that you can be on a Netflix show, and I'm going to cover both ways. So the first way is if you're not wanting to act and acting isn't your passion, then I would recommend you looking into this thing called extra work, which is the people in the background of the shows, which is much more available and easy to do. So if you are not wanting, and even if you are wanting to be an actor, but especially if you aren't actually wanting to act, you just want to be on one of your favorite Netflix shows, or you just want to try experiencing being on set, I recommend being an extra, which we'll talk about how to do that. If you are actually an aspiring actress and you want to do acting with your life, then I will talk about how to find Netflix auditions for lead and supporting roles. So first of all, if you are wanting to be an extra or just wanting to be on your favorite Netflix show, we will talk about that. So most Netflix shows, most, not all, are filmed in Atlanta, Georgia. There are Netflix shows filmed all over though. I mean, there's some filmed in Canada, there's some filmed in California. I mean, they're all over. So don't be disheartened by that. But the majority of them are filmed in Atlanta. So if you live near Atlanta, which I live like 5 or 6 hours away, I think, and I've been an extra in multiple different shows, and I've driven for extra work just for the experience. So if you live close enough that you could drive in a day, then that's great. If you don't live near Atlanta, you can still be an extra. I don't know, it would be, you'd have to find a Netflix show filming near you. But let's say you're close to Atlanta. What you're gonna do is Google. And even if you don't live in Atlanta, just, okay, say you have your favorite show. Say you want to be in Outer Banks. What you're going to do is you're going to Google open casting call Outer Banks, extras needed for Outer Banks. Just search all of those different titles. Look for current casting calls. So you need to check the date. And your show might not be filming right now, so you need to wait. For a year, I checked every other week and finally found a casting call and got booked. So you could get lucky, but it could also take some dedication. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your favorite show, say it's Outer Banks, and you're gonna Google casting call Outer Banks, open casting call for Outer Banks, extra. That's what you're gonna do to find extra work. There is different casting sites that I'm gonna talk about. There's Southern Casting Call, there's Facebook pages, which we will get into, there's Project Casting, and there's also Actors Access. So all of those are sites that you should be signed up for if you are looking for extra work. Facebook pages, there's Casting Tailor Made, which casts for Stranger Things and other Netflix shows. If you just research casting calls for whatever show you're looking for, look for who's been consistently posting those casting calls, subscribe to them, and read like the requirements and stuff so you can be prepared for next time those casting calls come out. Usually for being an extra, no acting is required. All you have to do is send photos of yourself, send like your name, your age, your height, your weight, all of that, your location. So if you live far away from Atlanta, but you're willing to drive and you have a parent or guardian willing to drive you there, it is very important that you can actually make it to filming, because if you say you can and then you don't, you will get this thing called blacklisted and you will not be able to be in another show. So make sure that your parents are actually willing to drive you. You can say, for location, don't say where you live, say willing to work as local to wherever it's filming. And that's mostly all my tips for how to get cast in extra work. You can do your own research. You don't really need a resume, you just need photos of yourself and stuff like that. So if you are an aspiring actress and you want a lead role or a supporting role, you're either going to need to do one of two things. So mainly and ideally, you're going to want an agent. It has been done before to get cast in a Netflix show without an agent, but it is very rare for you to be cast in a Netflix show as a speaking role or a featured role without an agent, because they always go to agencies first. So I have a video on how to get an agent, which I will leave a link down below, but you're going to need acting classes, a demo reel, a resume, and headshots, which I have videos on that. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but you will need all of that before you can even think about submitting. So now that you have a headshot, a resume, preferably a demo reel, and preferably a little bit of experience, you know, do some college films near you and any kind of short films that you can do, preferably have some of those on your resume. You're going to sign up for Actors Access, and you're going to just wait for auditions to come through, because there are some smaller parts on Netflix that you can get auditions for through that without an agent. There's also Casting Networks, which is really good. And Backstage also does Netflix auditions for extra work and some bigger roles, which I've talked about in my other videos. So I would suggest doing that when you're first starting, but the whole time you're doing that, you should be pursuing getting an agent, because agents get roles, get auditions for roles that you will never be able to find on your own. So once you have an agent, they will be the ones sending you lead role auditions for big shows, auditions that you could never find on your own. And your agent's gonna make sure you have a headshot, a resume, a demo reel. You need all of that before you can get an agent. So you're gonna need to do some smaller work and build up to it, but you guys can do it. I believe in you. It's been done. If I can do it, you definitely can. But yeah, so just, I have a video down below about talking about getting an agent, but it's very important that you have an agent if you're actually wanting those bigger auditions. And once you get your agency, you can talk to them about certain shows that you're really passionate about and that you would really love to get an audition for. My agency knows that I have certain shows that I would really love to be on, and they keep an extra eye out for me for that. You can also check before you sign a contract and say you want to 100% be with that agency. You can look and see what shows that they've cast for. Usually on agency sites, they have a list of different shows that they've cast for, and see if your favorite show's on there. They also have on IMDb where you can see different people in their clientele and see what shows that their clients have been in. Just because your agency doesn't say they've cast for a show doesn't mean they haven't gotten auditions for it. Because someone just might not have ever booked anything for that show, but they could still get those auditions. So yeah, that's my advice. I hope that that helped, and I hope that it made sense. Again, leave comments down below, DM me on Instagram. I will try my best to answer all of you, but I love you, and make sure to subscribe if you want more acting tips, but I'll see you guys in the next one.